Good afternoon and welcome to EDN113, Living and Learning with Technology. Today we're going to talk about assignment task 2, Makerspace. And we're going to talk about the project plan, and then we'll talk about the assignment 2B. To prepare for assignment 2, you will have to understand what Makers movement is and how to use it meaningfully. Therefore, you'll need to do the readings and viewings on Maker movement. You also need to explore SCASA, ACARA, and the Scoodle websites for the curriculum content. But please note that in WA, the schools prefer to use the SCASA, as that is the curriculum for the Western Australian government. Having said that there's ACARA and Scoodle provides a lot of resources that you might be able to use as well. Although if you talk about only curriculum content, I would use SCASA as my resource to reference. The next thing that you'll need to do is you'll need to play around with PaddlePad. That is the preferred medium or preferred technology that we're going to use for our blogs, for our Makers movement of Makers project. And then you need to look and explore ideas for meaningful learning projects by looking at the examples of STEM and the Makers projects online, and on the LMS you'll find some as well under session 8. It's very important to not copy any projects, just use them for inspiration to create your own. What is this assignment all about? It is about creating a project that will engage students meaningfully with their given subject material and digital technology. The projects normally runs over a minimum of 5 to a maximum of 10 sessions. You have to link this project to the appropriate curriculum content descriptors using the School Curriculum and Standards Authority, SCASA. Provide a learning outcome. What skill do you want the students to demonstrate? Create a step-by-step plan on how the students will learn about the topic and create their end products and show their learning, including meaningful resources for both students and fellow teachers. You have to create an example end product with the same technology required from the students to the same standard that you would like the students to use it. And then provide details on where the students will present their end products and who will be the audience. If you look at part A, and this is the part that will need to be handed in on 13th of May, is your project plan. For the project plan, you need to look at your project description will be the curriculum standards, which includes the subject area, the year level and the topic. You need to look at your learning outcome. What skills do you want the students to demonstrate at the end of it? And it is really a good idea to think about the meaningful learning and Bloom's taxonomy when you formulate your learning outcomes. Task description. Describe the task and address the curriculum standards and learning outcomes. And is it appropriate for the chosen year level? You have to think about these things when you do your planning. End project, what will the students make? And what technology will the students use to create the meaningful end product? And then your presentation space or your audience, how will the students show their creations? Where will they show their projects, and who will they show it to? Who will be the audience? Looking at your rationale, it will be a maximum of 500 words. Explain how the task will assist the students to develop the knowledge and skills expected to be demonstrated at the end of this project. Describe how the task addresses the characteristics of meaningful learning. And then explain how the selected technology may support student learning through the process of making. Make reference to what you have read about the makers movement. And then remember your references, always in APA style, and if you go to the link shown on the slides, it will take you to the library guide. Assignment 2 part B, which is the actual blog. So for this project, our platform is going to be a blog space. PaddlePad is the suggested platform to use, and to get access to PaddlePad through Murdoch, you can just click on the link. You will find how to create a PaddlePad video on the LMS as well, or you can click on the link in the slides, and that will take you to the video. However, you are welcome to select any blog platform, Blogger, WordPress, or Wix, but you are not allowed to use a Google Sites for this assignment. Many of you in my group already know how to add licenses to the end of your sites, because they've done it for the previous one. But for those of you who don't know how to create a license or add a license to your blog, you can go follow the steps that I've presented here. Go to creativecommons.org.au. You'll find the selection to create your own license, which will take you to a site that looks like this, where you can then select your license. You can add your details, and you'll find your license that you can copy over to your site. For this assignment, it is important that you do add a license to your own site. Good. Blog pages. Now, there's a few blog pages that you'll be required to have on your site. The first one is the home page. We provide them informative and engaging explanation of the purpose of the blog, and with an overview video. This overview video tells you what the blog is all about, what the students will have to do, and what end product will be created. It is not a video, end product video. It is an overview of the whole makers movement. Your About Me page, to give your site credibility, include your name and contact details and an informative biography. But remember that you do not use your Murdoch email address, as it contains your student ID number. So exclude all telephone numbers and student ID numbers, as they should stay confidential. The project overview page, provide a succinct overview of the topics or concepts covered in your project, and explain how the activities students will complete address the curriculum and characteristics of meaningful learning. You provide your rationale and your end product. The project content page. This is we design the task that is aligned with the learning outcomes, and provide instructions and resources to help the students complete these tasks. So they need to be between 5 and 10 sessions. Provide sufficient information to enable other teachers to implement the project in their own classrooms. And then your referencing, like I previously said, provide APA style referencing for all resources. All referencing to resources must be included at the bottom of each page. There won't be a separate credit page for this blog. And then your attributions to all images used at the bottom of each page, where applicable. Resources you have to create yourselves would be your end product. That must be a digital component, using a digital tool to create the project end product, or including a digital component that captures the process of making or the final outcome of the process. And then your overview video. It must be an overview of what the project is about, what the students will be learning, how it addresses meaningful learning, what digital technologies the students will use to create their end product, and how the technology used will assist the students in their learning. I included the marking guide for you, and it is important to look at the marking guide, because the marking guide is not just there for us to mark your assignments by, but it's also there to give you an indication of how much marks each section is worth and what is expected of you to do if you want higher marks. So you'll see that your home page and your About Me page is 2 marks, your overview page is 3 marks, and your project content is 8 marks. Then if you go to your resources, the overview video is 4 marks, and your example of your end product is also 4 marks. Copyright and contributions is 2 marks, and then your overall structure and writing is also 2 marks. That includes tone, sentence structure, spelling, grammar, and vocabulary. So, important dates. Assignment 2A, the project plan, is due on Monday the 13th of May 2019 by midnight. The marks for assignment 1 will be released by midnight of the 29th of April, so on Tuesday morning you ought to have them. And then the submission date for assignment task 2B is Monday the 3rd of June, midnight. So there's all your important dates for this a second assignment. Have a good day, and ask your tutor if there's any more information that you need or clarifications. Thank you.